Can you share an impactful story from one of those deals and what key lesson it taught you?
Yeah, sure. Look, I could share. I worked for SBS Television, which is our multicultural broadcaster here in Australia. And one, just touching on the First Nation story, I worked on First Australians, which was a landmark documentary about, for the very first time, told the first Australian story here in Australia. And in a country that's still grappling with its identity, it was a really important, a very important series that was released on SBS and then around the world. But what I've also learned is the importance of securing the rights. I mean, Australia is the size of Europe, and you've got just as many, if not more, cultures living within the First Nations. If you look at the traditional Australian map, each region, is a tribe of identity, which has a separate identity to everyone else. So then the actual undertaking or delivering that piece, the consent required and of gaining the appropriate consent rights, intellectual property rights from the different groups was actually a huge undertaking. It took 7 years to make. But basically, at the end of the day, the importance of securing your rights in film is as important as any other business endeavor. It's called chain of title. And the producer, director, has to ensure that everybody that is on the boat, their rights are being assigned to the ship. And it's a really important lesson if you're making film or music or even in new digital content in the age of AI. You need to own the output, needs to be on the boat. The captain is the producer in this case and needs to ensure that everyone that comes on the boat has a very informed, contract signed essentially of their rights and responsibilities coming on to work on the film and getting off as well. So, the importance of chain of title, I learned that through many projects, but also if you are a creator, if you are an entrepreneur, if you're a project manager of any description, you need to own the output. We know that in the physical world, but now that we live in an age of, a digital world, we need to even more be aware that we need to own the output of our ideas.